This Mustang behind me has a VIN number of 4. That's right, 4.
What we have today is a really cool story and a really cool car. This is one of the first 12 pre-production Mustangs ever made because it was used at the 1964 World's Fair. It's an interesting story where Henry Ford II required that our products be used as part of our display. He wasn't going to spend the money, even though it was Walt Disney, unless our products were part of the display. The World's Fair was supposed to attract 75 million. Ultimately, it only attracted 52 million over the course of the 2 years it ran. The Ford Pavilion was supposed to get about 20 million people. We got 15 million people. Each one of the cars that you'll see was ridden in by 40,000 people, divided between all the different cars. Disney built a test track in back of their Burbank studio that was hidden from trees. They were trying to keep everything secret. And you can see the mechanisms that would move the car. Down at the bottom, you see the wheels. Those wheels would poke up, and there were metal plates that were attached to the bottom of the car that would propel it forward. At any given point in time, at least 3 of those wheels, 2 to 3, would be touching the underside of the car. You can see here they're doing work on one of the cars, and this picture right here shows the element that would be poking down from the car and would go in the track. So when you get a second, the Mustang was introduced to the public and to the world on April 17, 1964 at the World's Fair. This is VIN number 4. VIN number 4. So VIN 1's at the Henry Ford, but this is number 4. There were 12 Mustangs. There were 144 cars total, and there were 12 Mustangs. There were 2 different tracks that would go. So those 144, basically they divided in half. So there weren't that many black ones. So that could be the car that you're looking at right here. Showing the long lines in a second video.
And now, guests are ready to travel through the great Disney adventure, an adventure experienced by millions. In the first season alone, these cars, gliding effortlessly along an automated turnpike of tomorrow, traveled a distance equivalent to 34 times around the world. More than 100 bright new convertibles moved continuously, offering fair visitors the ride of a lifetime. As the ride begins, visitors are greeted with a recorded message from Ford Motor Company's chairman of the board.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Henry Ford II. Welcome to Ford Motor Company's Magic Skyway, an adventure created by the incomparable Walt Disney. A voyage through time and space, from a dark and distant yesterday to a bright and promising tomorrow. May you all have an entertaining trip.
The World's Fair changed, and the Mustang became part of pop culture because the World's Fair became part of that big pop culture as well. It was a car that, I always say that the baby boomers wanted their own music, and they got the Beatles and the Stones. They wanted their own fashion. They got bell bottoms and long hair, and they wanted their own car, and they got the Mustang. It was the perfect car at the perfect price for that baby boom generation. And the World's Fair and all the whole blue around that just reinforced that introduction.